Welcome to Extraterrestrial Reality. I'm going to update the Las Vegas alien story today. And I guess I'm going to start with the footage that was captured from the body cam on the police officer that preceded the alien encounter with Angel and his family on the early morning hours of May 1st. Now, I've talked to some people who are pretty sure that that body cam footage actually shows a meteor. Okay, I guess we have to concede that it's a meteor. I don't know how they all know this, but there's some people who I've talked to, and they are convinced that it's most likely a meteor. That's what it was. It's a meteor. NASA says it's a meteor, and among some people I've talked to, they say it's a meteor. Okay, let's concede that. It still doesn't explain what Angel and his family saw. And I guess it's still, I mean, and I guess was the meteor just showing up and it just happened to be a coincidence? Or is it possible that the meteor came down to Earth and maybe caused that craft to come down in their yard? I guess we don't know, and we probably won't know ever. But maybe we will know. I think there still needs to be some research into this, and I don't think at this point this story has been out for since last week now, and I think we need better information. I wish there would be more information come forward from the family. There's a lot of videos that were filmed allegedly during that night where you could see perhaps extraterrestrials. We're not really sure, but there has been video that was filmed, of course, that shows something, that shows them going out into the backyard, members of this Angel and his family going to that backyard, and they were filming it with a cell phone. And there's quite a few videos of this event that have been posted throughout the internet. They're all over the place. They're all over Twitter. Now, I think what needs to happen here, and I've tried to talk to these people. I tried to set up an interview with Angel. I've been unsuccessful, but I hope that there is some people out there like Doug Papa who has access to these people. He talked to them before. He's actually interviewed Angel, and he's actually the one who originally broke this story before Channel 8 did, before KLAS did. So he had it on his podcast earlier in May, a couple of weeks after this event happened. So he's the one who originally broke this story, and he's been meeting with these people. I would like to see maybe him to provide some follow up on this. I mean, we need to know what like the order of these videos, which one was filmed first, and a walkthrough. Okay, where is the alien Angel in the videos? Point out what you were looking at in the videos, because there seems to be some confusion online. Now I'm going to show a video that there's a person on Twitter who goes by the name of Anonymous Shadow, who posts a lot of great UFO content. So check it out. I'll leave the link, of course, for this so you can check it out for yourself. But this is a video that he found on TikTok, and he posted it onto Twitter, of somebody showing what looks like this gigantic alien standing beside one of the forklifts in their yard. And here, check it out for yourself.
There's something there. But what if we brighten it up? There's definitely something there. All I did was brighten the footage. I don't know if it looks like something. It's up to you. Now that could look convincing. It's pretty good. But it's even crazier and more obvious that nobody pointed it out. And I'm about to show you why. Now the husband is telling the wife, come record it right there. How could you not see it? It's behind the second forklift. And he's telling her, it's right there. And so she's recording it. She doesn't see anything. She's trying to think, where? You can't tell. But usually some things are right in front of us that we can't see until someone points it out. Now let's slow it down. Now, as I slow down this footage that she's watching, remember the iPhones are really bad at night, especially when you zoom into like 15x digital zooms. It's trash. But it's actually right here, and it's very clear, and you can't see it because your brain couldn't process it. You're trying to find it hiding somewhere behind something, but it's really not. I think some of you are starting to get it, and it's really clear as day. And now I will brighten it up for you so you can really see. When I messed with the brightness and I saw this, I literally freaked out. As you can clearly see, he's behind the tractor, just like the guy said, just like Angel said in his video, and he's definitely 10 feet tall. That forklift is about 8. Look at the truck, is about 6. 6, 8, 10. It seems about right. And he's got a big head, black eyes. You can clearly see it. I don't know how we missed it before, but it was right there the whole time, just like the dad said. Now you might be like, there's no way, that's crazy. But the more you look at it, the more it makes sense. And it lines up with everything in the kid's story. They are 10 feet tall. He was behind the forklift, and he was there the whole time. And they're recording this as if you can clearly see it. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm not. Maybe they're coming. Maybe you better be ready.
Now, I don't know what that is. I mean, is that an alien? It could be, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. There are other pictures and images that come out that show somewhat shorter beings that you could see faces behind and near this heavy equipment in their yard. And these are the pictures that Anonymous Shadow has posted as well of people pointing out that you could see beings like they're not as tall as what this other guy from TikTok is trying to describe with this gigantic head. But I mean, Angel did say they were 10 foot tall with giant heads. I mean, that's possible. I don't know. There's not enough information in the video, but it is somewhat compelling. It is something. And of course, there's all these other images that have been posted that I talked about in previous podcasts. I'm not going to get into all of that today. Now, also today, I saw a video on YouTube, and it's from a channel called Unexplained Mysteries. And this person posted a video, and it had a still image of an alleged alien. This picture apparently wasn't taken by Angel or anyone in his family, but it was taken by another neighbor. Now, this image that you're looking at right here, I don't think this is real. I think this is a fraud. I don't believe this image. I looked at the first thing I thought when I looked at this image was that this is something that you would find on Shutterstock. I think it was probably put together by somebody who's talented, a talented artist who knows how to get around a computer program, and he put this together based on one of the images that came out last week from this, a still image of the alien where you could see the exoskeleton of the chest area, and I think that person took that picture, whoever made this still image, and just created it. I mean, to me, right when I looked at it, it's like, this is the kind of stuff I find on Shutterstock. I don't know, I'm sure some of you have noticed that there are thumbnails that I make myself for my videos and podcasts. There are some thumbnails that I produce myself. I'll use a couple different things and I'll use an editing program and make something out of them. Sometimes I'll just use an image that somebody purports to be a UFO or an alien being, and I'll use that. But a lot of times I have a subscription to Shutterstock, and I use images from there. And that's what this image looks like to me. I think that this image here is something that was produced by an artist who knows their way around a computer program. So that's just my feeling. Doesn't make me right, but that's just my feeling. But anyway, the other images I think need to be looked at more closely. And today, lucky for me, I was contacted by someone who is a crime scene reconstruction expert. And this person is looking at these images right now. He's a person who really likes my show. He contacted me today, and he said he wants to do something. He wants to do something with these images and try to figure out what's there. And he said him and his team are looking at them right now. And at some point this week, I should have some analysis from this crime scene reconstruction expert. So it should be very interesting, and I can't wait to get that information and share it with everyone here. It should be really cool. So hopefully I'll have that before the end of the week. From the gentleman I was talking to today, he was said he was going to be working on it right away. And in fact, I just received a message from him, and him and his team are looking at it right now, and he'd like to share it on my podcast, which I think is fantastic. So hopefully I'll have some more information on this later on. So, okay, we have to concede that the circle in the yard, right, which was originally reported, that was already there, okay? The light in the sky that was filmed from the body cam footage, that was probably a meteor. Okay, let's all concede that. But what was in the yard? Are these people pulling off a hoax? I don't think so. I don't believe that. I could be proven wrong, though, and it will be interesting to see what this crime scene specialist comes up with. It's going to be very interesting, I'm sure. So hopefully, maybe tomorrow, who knows? Hopefully, we'll see. But yeah, it's still an open question. I still think that somebody needs to interview these people, this family. Somebody needs to go there. MUFON, I don't know if they're looking into it, but somebody needs to talk to these people. I've reached out. I have not heard back from anybody. I've made an attempt. I think that somebody from that family, Angel, needs to go through each video, tell us the order of the videos, which one was filmed first, what are we looking at, right? That needs to happen. We need to get all the information we can while this story is hot. Unfortunately, we're still not there. Now, Angel has created his own YouTube channel. It's called Alien Society 51, and he uploaded a video 5 days ago, and it was called Part 1, and he does plan on uploading another video at some point in the future. And if he hears this message, I would I ask him to please provide an order of when these videos were filmed, and also a description of what you were seeing. Where are the aliens? What are you looking at? Because again, you have some people saying there's this giant alien that you can see in the picture that's towering over the heavy equipment, and then there are other people saying no, you can see they're smaller, they're behind, they're lower, they're inside the heavy equipment. Which one is it? Okay, I don't know. It's hard to tell. Now, there were other images, of course, that we talked about earlier that were a little bit more clear. And you could see it looked like a creature. It could have been a creature. But we need to be. Angel needs to walk through this with all of us. That's what needs to happen, and then maybe we can have some better answers to all of this. So I'm looking forward to seeing more research, more investigation into this, and then some conclusive video that says something one way or the other. And again, I've also talked about the crime scene reconstruction expert who's looking at this right now, and hopefully I'll have something for everyone pretty soon on that before the end of this week. I'm really looking forward to that. And okay, and then also, there were these images that Anonymous Shadow has posted today, which shows a face. You can see a face. Somebody had contacted Anonymous Shadow on Twitter and provided him these images of a face. Now, again, I don't know. It could be. It could be. We need some people that were there, the witnesses that were there, to walk us through all this stuff. Point out where the aliens actually were, and is this what you saw? Was this an alien? Are these aliens? Is this an alien image? Is this the face of an extraterrestrial? We need to know that. We need more direction as to what we're looking at here. So hopefully that's something that's going to happen very soon, because I still think that this is a very interesting story. And I thought it was exciting, and I think there is. I think it's true, and of course, like I mentioned in a previous podcast, that I'm going to stand by this story for right now. I think it's true, but in the event that it turns out that it's not true, that it's a hoax or it's completely false, I've made a promise that I'm going to stand somewhere, and I'll have egg on my face. So I'm going to make it literally. I'm going to have my son or somebody come and pitch eggs right at my face and throw it on my podcast, so everyone sees, hey, I was wrong. I literally have egg on my face now. But yeah, that's where I'm at with this. So anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back. Okay, we are back. I received a lot of comments from a lot of people on Spotify as well as on YouTube, and there's really good comments all the time, and I really appreciate it underneath the videos and podcasts. It's great. And of course, during yesterday's podcast, I did my reaction video for that Stephen Greer press conference yesterday. And I was, as a lot of people know, I wasn't too thrilled with it. I didn't see the indisputable evidence. I think a lot of people felt that way. I've received all kinds of comments from people who are big fans of Stephen Greer, and actually it seems a lot more that are not. But anyway, I received a comment here from one of my followers on YouTube named Ned, and I thought it was worth reading. It says here, "Are we all being very harsh on Mr. Greer here? Point being, it's easy for us to talk and criticize Greer. Okay, there is aspects about him people don't like, etc. Nobody's perfect. I'm now going to pan to his side. Like, to be honest, who in the history of this subject has had the gonads like he has to cover this rabbit hole of a subject? To do a live conference in front of the world takes a lot of guts. He's walking the walk. I didn't expect to see any physical evidence at this conference. Seriously, if there was, it would be out long ago. We know the story. It's locked up. What I heard, I didn't expect to hear in a lot of areas. How dangerous this group of people are. These people are sociopaths, psychopaths. Why else would anybody want to hide this tech? Except for maybe genuine security reasons. I don't think their reasons are for any of us ordinary folks, good or well-being. Ben Rich, head of Lockheed, said, we have the technology to take ET home. If we have that technology, I believe anything is possible. But what I respect respect highly is that he is trying to do something about it. He said he can prove it, but I think what he's saying is there needs to be a process to do that. Some of the revelations he mentions at the conference are quite shocking. This neutrino device in the South Pole that can cause earthquakes or shoot lasers into space. The fact that they fake alien abductions, it could be true, how do we know? It could be part of an overall agenda. At least he's highlighting it, as crazy as it sounds. He's definitely a target. He has to have something up his sleeve for a while now. Otherwise, I think he would be taken out seriously. Taken out being killed. Seriously. These people are psychos. I genuinely do think he is trying to do what's best for humankind, and whether people agree or disagree with what he says is irrelevant at this stage. He is a doctor. He has insiders who apparently trust him. He said he has the proof and has sent that proof to Congress. Give him a chance. Another observation of the conference, he was highly upset and emotional, especially at the beginning. His eyes were very red. I think he realized all of a sudden the immense responsibility, pressure, and scope of what he was doing. He wasn't his usual confident self. That says a lot. He mentioned his kids and grandkids. Do these people care about our kids or grandkids? He's talking about the secret control group. No. He realizes the trajectory we are on to self-destruction, and he's only trying to save the planet, however hairy-fairy that sounds. If the ETs are hostile, why have we not been taken out by now? Maybe there is a long-term plan, but why bother? Why not just get it over with? Just rid us of war-mongering animals that are always at war, treat each other like animals and don't deserve the planet we live on? Let's face it, he's been in their sights for 30 years. That has to take its toll. Can we not give him some little bit of credit for what he has done? He did come out with the locations of these facilities. Did we know that before? The states are littered with them. He did give them a list of witnesses, however. Lots of them redacted for security reasons. That's as evidence, is it not? Maybe someday we might be thankful to Mr. Greer for what he's done. I honestly think he expected to be assassinated at that conference. Just my take. I could be wrong too. Who knows? But what I do know is this secret military group are not on our side and are fascists. So that was a take from Ben I thought was worthy of putting out there. Yes, Stephen Greer, years ago when he first came on the scene back in the 90s, he was someone who, to me, made a lot of sense. I still think that a lot of the things he says makes a lot of sense. I'm not with him on a lot of these other things. Like I said, like I've talked about before. But this is an opinion, and maybe we should give a chance to see. Maybe there is something very relevant in the information that he's provided to the Congress. We'll find out, I guess, as time goes on. I just thought it was a worthy comment to throw out there. I know a lot of people are dumping on him. And a lot of my listeners are unhappy with the my take on it, and I understand that. But I guess, again, we're all just throwing out opinions here. This is my opinion. Everyone has their opinions, and I've just put opinion forth here that's from someone named Ben who wants to give Stephen Greer a chance, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I just want to put that out there. But anyway, I wanted to go to some Spotify, some recent polls I did. I think it's time to catch up on that, because there were some interesting responses to some of these polls. And I'm going to start with, for the episode report, United States government has recovered at least 12 extraterrestrial craft. I asked this question: which style of reported extraterrestrial craft is your favorite? Now, I had, 7 different choices, and the one that received the least amount of love is diamond-shaped. Only got 1 vote, 1.8%. Next in line is a tie between bell-shaped and egg-shaped. They only received 2 votes, or 3.6% each. Next in line was cigar-shaped, which only received 5 votes, or 9.1% of the votes. Next in line was sphere-shaped, which received only 7 votes, or 12.7% of the votes. And then next in line was triangle-shaped. 15 people voted for that, 27.3%. And the A number 1 shape, that's the biggest favorite out there, saucer-shaped, 23 people voted for saucer-shaped, 41.8%. You know what? If I were to vote on this, I would vote for saucer-shaped too. It's my favorite shape of the extraterrestrial craft. Anyway, moving on to the next poll. Let's see here. This is for the episode, will this week... this is for the episode, more details of 10-foot tall alien encounter in Las Vegas emerge. Okay, and the question was, will this week go down in history as one of the most consequential moments in the effort to achieve full UFO disclosure? There were 109 people voted. 30, or 27.5%, said no. And 79, or 72.5%, say yes. I think I would have to go with the yeses on this one. I think it's going to be one of the at least one of the most consequential moments in the effort to achieve full UFO disclosure. I think this week last week will be looked back on as definitely a step forward. I really believe that. I know there's a lot of people, even in the UFO community, that have problems with the things that David Grush has put out there. I'm not there. I don't have the problems. I wish I would rather, of course, like everyone else out there, I would most rather see the evidence, some solid evidence, so we could just finally end this whole debate. But I'm pretty satisfied. Of course, it's a confirmation of a lot of things we already thought. He didn't give us the end-all evidence, no, but he did provide everything that he saw and witnessed as an insider in the Pentagon to the Inspector General and to the Congress. So they have to know something, right? I mean, I guess we'll know in time. I think it's a step. I think it was a step forward. That's just my opinion. Doesn't make me right. Okay, and then for the episode, Vegas alien image, more Grush news and debunkers imploding. And I asked this question: what is the biggest UFO story this week? Of course, actually last week now. So the biggest UFO story, there were 4 big stories that broke. Okay, the least amount of votes went to Indonesia UFO. Of course, that was the story about the Marine Corps guy, Herrera, who said in 2009 he saw the human beings, soldiers, American soldiers, he claims, in the Indonesian jungles loading up weapons onto a flying saucer, and then they were threatened with death. That only received 6 votes, or 4.2%. And actually, by the way, 142 people voted on this. And that Indonesia UFO only received 6 votes. Next up was United States has 12 ET craft. That only received 8 votes, or 5.6%. And you would think any other week that probably would have been an number 1 story, but because of the other things that were going on, it's relegated to number 3. And not many people voted for it. And that's actually, I thought, was a pretty big story. The fact that you have some whistleblowers, some of which who had been talking with Grush, who were talking to a news outlet, to Michael Schellenberger, and told them about they know that there are 12 craft at least that we have recovered. The United States has recovered over the years. I thought that would have been, on any other week, it would have been the biggest story. Next in line, Las Vegas alien story. 52 people voted for that one, 36.6%. It is a pretty big story, a story that I still needs to be investigated further. I can't wait to find out more information on it. I like to see some more videos from Angel. And by the way, his YouTube channel, by the way, already has that YouTube video that he put out already has 710,000 views. That's amazing. So, yeah, he's a lot of people are looking at that. And then finally, of course, the David Grush revelations. 76 people voted for that, or 53.5%. Of course, I agree with that. I think the David Grush. I did, yeah. You know what? Actually, I'm going to say it. In my mind, it's a tie between the Vegas alien and Grush. I still think the Vegas alien has some traction to it. I think there's something there. So I'm going to say, yeah, Vegas alien and Grush. Grush revelations just maybe a little bit edges out Vegas alien, because if what Grush is saying turns out to be true, which I think a lot of us already know it's true, right? I mean, we've already reached a lot of the conclusions that Grush has delivered. But if we get the actual documentation, photos, and videos to go along with it at some point in the future, well, of course, it's definitely the biggest story of this bunch of last week for sure. And then for the episode of Grush interview reaction and Las Vegas alien video analysis, I asked this question: is David Grush telling the truth? There are 167 people who have responded thus far, and I guess there's 28 days left to vote on this, so you can still vote on this on Spotify. No, says 18 people, or 10.8%. Yes, say 149 people, or 89.2%. So more people, a high percentage of people, just about 90% of the people who voted so far, say David Grush is telling the truth, and I agree with that statement myself. So, moving on. The most recent one I did, which already, since yesterday only, has 119 votes already. And this is for the Stephen Greer UFO press conference reaction. I asked this question: do you believe all extraterrestrial visitors are non-hostile? Yes, says 43 people, or 31.6%. No, says 76 people, or 63.9%. If I had a vote, if somebody busted in my house right now and was pointing a gun at my head and said, right, what I would do, I'd probably vote no. I would go with the no's on this. I think that no. I don't think that. No, I don't see how you can say they're all non-hostile. I don't even see how we can know that. There has to be some hostile aliens out there, and I think that some of the visitors are possibly hostile based on some of the reports. But hey, it doesn't make me 100% correct. All of us, right? We're all speculating on this. We just all don't know for sure, right? And we just don't. And I don't know if we ever will. But hopefully we will. Hopefully before the end of this year, we'll have some idea. And I guess here's some other questions. Say we do get disclosure. Is the government or the people or the gatekeepers going to actually tell us the truth? Or will they come forward and just give us it all, or will they just give it to us in bits and pieces? That's a good question. I mean, when they finally do disclose, when they finally do admit, here's a good question. You know what? I'm going to put this one in the Spotify poll. I just thought of it just now. When they finally do step forward and tell us the truth, right? When they finally admit to the extraterrestrial reality, right? That yes, okay, it's all true. Are they going to admit that some of them could be hostile, or are they going to say they don't know? Are they going to tell the full truth about, once they admit that there are extraterrestrials here, right? Once that comes out, are they going to tell us the full truth, right? Or are they going to tell us just partial truth? That's a good question. Anyway, until next time.